Hey everyone, Caleb with Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with can you make money selling encyclopedias on eBay? So, with all that said, I am going to just tell you guys up front, like I always do, there is a lot of money that you can make selling encyclopedias on eBay. However, there are some that you cannot make money on. There are some ways that you have to do it to make money, all that sort of stuff. So, please be sure to watch along to actually hear all the little caveats because there are a whole lot of little caveats for all this. So, right off the bat, let me just say, when you are selling encyclopedias, the most important thing, I know this is a little obvious, but the most important thing is to buy them for a very, very good price. So I'm not talking about like buy them all for $1 each in a lot of cases. Like I'm saying potentially pay like 50 cents each. So this is, of course, depending on the particular encyclopedia set. So there are sets of encyclopedias, particularly the Britannica ones, which I've had the most success with. These encyclopedias can be like 30 some volumes long, and those 30 some volumes can weigh like 200 pounds or at least 100 pounds depending on the particular books. And because of that, between the weight and all that sort of stuff, if you are paying $1 a book or $5 a book, it might not be as profitable as if you were able to get the entire set of, say, 30 books for $10, which is something I have done quite a few times. And I can make some really good money when I'm doing that. So a lot of encyclopedia sets that I have personally sold have sold for between like $200 on the very low end to as high as like $800. It really depends on the particular set, but you can definitely make a whole lot of money on some of these. So most of the Britannica sets that I've had the most luck with are from roughly the 1960s to the 1980s. Somewhere in there, those are the ones I've had the most luck with. My favorite Britannica set that I've actually sold has been the padded black leather ones. Those were absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoyed them. And there's actually some cool stuff that I'm going to go into later on that particular set. So with all that said, so let's say there is a set of 30 encyclopedias, but you only have 28 of them. Is it better to sell them all out individually, or is it better to try to find the other books in this encyclopedia set? So this is actually something that you guys actually have to learn as you're doing this. I can't tell you flat out which way works best because it actually is a case-by-case scenario. There are some that you can actually sell for a good profit just one book at a time, and you could say, hey, I have these 30 books or 28 books in this example, and you can buy just one of these copies or as many as you want, and you can say that in the listing, and you can have it so it's like $5 a piece or something like that in a total quantity of 28, and you basically just have to update all that sort of stuff. There are a lot of people that have their businesses run on stuff like that, and they just have one big listing. Other people make like 28 different listings for all the different books. Other people still, like what I have personally done, will find their 28 books, and then they will actually go out onto eBay and purchase the other 2 books in this set. So for me, the 2 books, and that is how they will end up making more money, because in the case of some encyclopedia sets, there's a lot more money to be had when you have the complete set than when you just have a few. Like if you only have 29 and you try to sell it as a set of 29, you might have to charge like $100 less for those particular books, which takes me back to those padded leather ones. For me, I could have sold I can't remember the exact number, but I had all but one of that one set. And I could have sold it for, I can't remember again the exact number, but I think it was something like $400 if I had just those, all of them but one. But if I had the other book, I could charge an extra $100. And I looked on eBay, and lo and behold, I could actually find that one other book, and it cost me $16. I do remember that number. So $16 to get me $100, I was like, pfft, done and done. So I purchased that book, had it shipped to me. It was actually pretty fast, so I was very happy with that. But I got that, put it all into the put it all into the set, got it all photographed, and I had that set of books up, and it was live, and it was actually a really funny experience because I actually had people that were so interested in this particular set, because there aren't a whole lot of them out there, judging by what I saw. But I had people from Greece, from Austria, from Romania, from all over the stinking world reaching out. Actually, now that I think about it, it was almost all just Europe, and I think I had someone from Turkey, so technically Asia, but I had people from all over reaching out and saying, oh, can I get these books? Can I do this? Can I do this? And for me, I did not want to offer international shipping. In fact, I did not offer it, if I remember correctly, because I knew for a fact that international shipping for these encyclopedias would be insane. And after running the numbers for these people, it ranged from like $1,200 in shipping all the way up to like $3,000 for shipping. And I told one of the people, I was like, yeah, it's actually cheaper for me to get a passport, get an airplane ticket, put it into the cargo onto it, and then fly over there and give it to you than it is for me to ship it. I just thought that was a little funny of a thing. And Obviously, he didn't take the books, but I had a lot of fun with it because I was able to reach out and learn all these things about all these things. And it was a really fun learning experience. But again, guys, shipping internationally probably is not the best way to go for encyclopedia sets, so that's why I didn't offer it. People will sometimes finagle their way onto the actual eBay store to try to order internationally. It's complicated. But with all that said, there is a lot of money to be had. And again, I think I got like $600 for that set. I can't remember for sure. I wish I remembered the number off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. But when I actually sold those books, and the way that I had them listed, it was buyer pays shipping because I'm not going to pay the shipping. And there was a lot of other ones that had buyer pays shipping. And that is something you guys will have to do, again, for a case-by-case basis. Is some of the encyclopedias you sell, everyone else is going to be offering free shipping, so you have to do that. And when you are looking at these encyclopedias and buying these encyclopedias, you have to keep in mind what your expenses will be. Will you be able to even profit? Will it be worth the storage? Because encyclopedia sets take a lot of storage, guys. That's something you have to play in mind and all that sort of stuff. So for me, I actually ended up selling this particular padded black leather encyclopedia set to someone just a few miles south of me. So I actually drove down and dropped it off for them because I was actually going that way anyways for a different book buying trip. So it worked out great for them and for me. So I was very happy. I got my money and I was able to not have to ship because shipping that many encyclopedias is like absolutely insane sometimes, guys, because we're not just talking a box of books. We're talking like 6 boxes of books. And there is another video that I made on how to ship out multiple boxes on one eBay order. It's pretty simple, but it's not very straightforward at the same time. So I will be linking to that right there, I believe, at the end of the video. Or I'm actually going to put a card right there that you guys can open up. So hit Control and click it, or Command and click it, depending on if you're PC or Mac. That should open it in another tab so you guys can watch that later. So with all that said, encyclopedia sets. I found that I like purchasing the extra missing volumes every now and then if it gets me a whole lot of money. Other times I have not done that depending on the set. So there was the bicentennial edition that I actually ended up selling an incomplete set of those because it was not worth my time to buy the other ones. And the bicentennial was 1976. Britannica put out a blue one with some gold stars on it, and that one for me at that time was not worth purchasing the other books in this set to make it good. So I actually did it different way. I just sold out the partial set. I did not have people asking to buy just one volume of each one or whatever, but that is something that can happen and does happen. So with all that said and done, on to the next little part about encyclopedias. So which ones are worth money? So right off the bat, I'm gonna just tell you guys Britannica ones. Those are the ones you definitely want to look for. However, Britannica is not the only ones that make encyclopedias. However, they are what I have personally found one of the bigger players, and actually I guess it's not what I found, it is the fact they are one of the bigger players in the encyclopedia game, but they're not the only player, and sometimes the smaller publishers, you can get some really good money with their encyclopedia sets. Britannica is the ones that have the largest sets that I personally saw. I did not see any other large sets of encyclopedias that were not Britannica, but I'm sure there are some of them, and I'm sure that you guys will find them and find some really good money in them. But at the end of the day, guys, this all plays into the entire thing of selling sets of books on eBay can make you really good money. Sets of books on eBay, guys, you can make like some fan-stinking-tastic cash. It's really a good profit when you can find a full set of books. A lot of times when you can find a full set of books at like an estate sale or a Friends of the Library sale or something like that, you can actually get like one price for all of them, like get it all bundled together, and you can get it for like, say, $10 like I did for my Britannica ones. $10, believe it or not, it has been like a pretty common price for me when I get encyclopedia sets. Someone's like, oh yeah, $10 for all of them. It's like, why are you guys coming up with 10? But I've had that happen a lot, so that might be something that you guys can come up with as well, as you can find that $10 is maybe pretty common for you guys too. And with that said, on to the next thing about encyclopedia sets. So when you guys are doing them, there are a lot of different places that you can go to buy them. So for me, when I'm buying them, I try to get the best prices possible. And for me, that actually has knocked Goodwill Outlet out of the running. So I used to buy several encyclopedia sets from Goodwill Outlet. Problem is, I would pay $2.29 for each one of those. And that, over the entire course of an entire set, stacks up very fast. And it gets pretty costly. Yes, I can still make money with that. So let me just grab a calculator really quick. Excuse me. And I'm back. All right, so let's just say 30 bucks, and 30 bucks times 229. So that's looking at $68.70. And $68.70 is not terrible if you think about it. And then if you think, oh, you can sell that set for $500, that means that you're still going to make Now I feel dumb. All right. Running the calculator. Oh, yeah. So $431. Just wanted to be sure. So yeah, I could still make some pretty good money. Then if you subtract the eBay fee, so that's 15% roughly for books, so that cuts it down to just $366. If you subtract the packaging and all the stuff and the time and the storage and all that sort of stuff, personally, I would value that at about, let's just say $50. And let's just say all of this is buyer pay shipping. So after I do all those expenses, I only would make $316 profit, roughly. And yeah, that's still pretty good money. I mean, let's think about it. I mean, I wouldn't say no to $316 in a day. However, you guys do have to think that there are a lot of people that ask a lot of questions with antique books and particularly encyclopedia sets. Don't know why. So for me, I have to factor in how much time I put into selling these sets because of all the people asking questions. Because, like, for a normal book that I sell, guys, I might have one person ask a question and then they'll buy it. For encyclopedia sets, I had back and forward with these people, and I had not just one or two people, I had like dozens of people reaching out, and that definitely stacked up in time over the months that some of these books were listed. Most of them sold rather quick, but I did have some that I held onto for a couple of months. I think the longest I held onto an encyclopedia set was maybe 4 months. So they are pretty quick sellers. Since they are so popular, a lot of people do buy them pretty quick, so it's pretty nice, especially when you price them low. So that is something that you guys can do. But for me, taking it all back to Goodwill Outlet, for me, I do not like paying $68.70 for a set of encyclopedias. I like paying the $10. I like paying $30. I don't know, somewhere in there. But I don't want to pay the full price for all these books because there is a risk of these encyclopedias not selling. There is also the fact that I don't want to spend all this money to have them just sit in storage all this time because encyclopedia sets, again, guys, take a lot of space. We're not just talking about one or two books, so, excuse me, one or two books about yay big. We are talking books about yay big that are about that much thicker, all that sort of stuff. And when you have 30 of them, excuse me again, when you have 30 of them, that's a whole lot of space that it takes up. And if you guys are strapped for space, encyclopedia sets might not be the best place for you guys to do your things. However, again, I have made really good money with them, and I do keep my eyes peeled whenever I can find an encyclopedia set for a good price. So with all that said, where can you guys find encyclopedia sets for good prices if it's not at Goodwill Outlet? So, as I already said, you will want to go to estate sales and you'll want to go to Friends Library sales. Even some garage sales. I don't find garage sales have them very often, but I have found some encyclopedias at garage sales. My best place overall, I would say, for finding encyclopedias, I can't actually say is between estate sales or Friends Library sales. I actually think they're tied. So when you guys are looking for encyclopedias, you don't just have to look at just one. You should look at both. And the best part about looking at both is you can find all these other books while you're there. And again, I have personally not found one is better than the other for finding encyclopedias. However, for finding full sets of encyclopedias, I have found that estate sales are better for that. Friends of the Library sales, you can find a full set every now and then, but since there are other people at these sales, since these are like, so someone had these books, then they took them to a Friends Library sale, and then the Friends Library sale put them out on the shelves, and then they've been there for maybe a couple years. Through all that, the Friends Library sales, they don't often have the full sets, so somewhere along one of those steps, maybe they lost a couple of books, I don't know. It's sort of weird, but for me, I have found that the estate sales generally do best for getting me a full set. So maybe you want to look at just estate sales for that. It really depends on what you guys want to do. And as I was saying already, the reason why I love those two places, in addition to just getting the full sets, is just because of the price. So both those places, I find that I get great prices for these things. So I might buy a whole box of these encyclopedias or whatever for like $3. Or if it's like boxes of them, I might pay $20. Or as I've said already, pay $10, and I've paid $10 for encyclopedia sets many times over. Again, I don't know why. That's just what people like going with. I don't know. But it is a really good profit margin for me. And I know it's really weird and stingy of me to be like, hey, I don't want to pay $2.29 at Goodwill Outlet for that. But there is another reason for all that, which I sort of already glossed over with the Friends of the Library stuff. And Goodwill Outlet, a lot of people are going through a lot of different steps in there where that books can get lost. So I have actually never found a full encyclopedia set at Goodwill Outlet. I've always found them with like missing 3 books or 1 book or 5 books or 20 books or half the books. I don't know. It really depends on the particular set, how large the set is, all that sort of stuff. So for me, I do not have a lot of luck with Goodwill Outlet encyclopedia sets because there are always going to be the missing books, and I'll have to go and buy them on, say, eBay, which is the place I normally go to buy the missing books. And because of that, it makes my cost go even higher. Because remember that one padded black encyclopedia set I told you guys about? I didn't just buy the last book for $2.29 like all my other ones. I had to pay $16. And that is a lot higher cost basis than what I'm used to with my business because, again, I like paying around $2 or less, preferably less. So with all that said and done, guys, again, you guys can make some great money selling encyclopedia sets on eBay. I have done it quite a few times in the past. I've made several $1,000s doing it because I've done it time and time again. And it's a really good business model if you guys really want to do. I actually know of a few eBay stores that actually only sell encyclopedias. So with all that said and done, I hope that really helps you guys explain a few things. And again, I'm going to have that video, actually it's up there, sorry, that video about shipping out several boxes. I'm going to have that linked right there. I'll have another video right there. And you guys can subscribe up there if you want to learn more about antique books. And I will see you guys in the next video.